G'day battlers, and today we're doing some Toxic Cup battles up against Dr. Trotter here, who does have a YouTube channel. I'll link to him in the description below, and then Papa John later on. Now we have Linoon up against the Grass Wormadam. So Plant Wormadam is rated like pretty low in PvPoke, but it's definitely an interesting pick. Grass types really aren't used so much, I think because of that initial big bump to the bug type. So when the meta was first released, PvPoke said the bug steel types like Scissor were really good. They've kind of gone down a bit. I think grasses do have a pretty solid place. We just let Linoon go down there so we can bring in the Trash Cloak Wormadam of our own, who's going to be able to clear out that plant and grass and bug type Wormadam on the other side. Eat a Bug Buzz, we're definitely in a pretty good spot here. I did power up the Wormadam immediately like before this video, so this is my first time using it. So up against Piloswine now, just going to go straight for that Iron Head, which will do a whole lot of damage actually. If it does go through, burning a shield. So then we decide to, or we tried to switch out into Flygon, but staying around, that's alright. Actually, no, we wouldn't have switched to Flygon. Flygon, weak to ice, obviously, not a good idea. So we burned both shields to that Wormadam. So I'm not sure if Dr. Trotter wants to just keep his Piloswine alive. If he thinks it's going to be good up against our pick in the back, which it definitely would be. Flygon is very squishy, but we're actually going with unique picks as well. So in all of my games up against Dr. Trotter, I'll be using a different pick every game. So Piloswine switching out into Bibarel. That I guess we can bring in Flygon now. We should be able to tank a Surf, and then we just have to get this Earth Power. Eat a Surf, which we can do, and then this Earth Power will finish off the Bibarel. Still don't know how to say it. Beaver dude. Yeah, Earth Power goes through, takes out that Bibarel, and then in comes the Piloswine, who takes out in a single Powder Snow, and then we get this Iron Head off, and this will finish off that Piloswine. So that is GG's. So yeah, as I said, unique picks every time, because I would have got to the double digits now, like barely, with this video, the number of Toxic Cup battles that I've done at this point. So I'm definitely picking it up slowly, and Master League would be out by now, so that's also another thing to get into. Now we have Drapion with Ice Fang up against Gligar, which is a fantastic lead matchup. Switching out into Plant Wormadam, which Ice is also going to be good against, but we decided that, well, we probably want to keep our ice damage for the Gligar, so we ended up switching into Steelix, which is a bad idea. I kind of had it in my mindset like, oh, he can like be a confusion user, so I'll bring in like a tank. They can kind of bounce off those confusion users, but really not the case in this situation, and the grass damage is really going to add up on the Steelix. So we're kind of just throwing all the energy that we can. Letting that Crunch go through is actually pretty big for us. It lets us take down the Wormadam and give us switch advantage. No shields have been used, and we're actually able to get this Crunch off before Beaver Dude goes down. Definitely just a fantastic situation to be in. It does burn a shield, and then you're going to be able to Water Gun us right down. And then we're probably going to bring in Haunter here to like eat up that Bibarel's energy. Just hope that he throws all the charge moves basically. Now we're like, maybe we should actually shield up, because we can like really threaten with the Shadow Balls. Switching into Gligar, so switch back into the Drapion, hoping this isn't Dig, because Dig would be super effective. It is just a Night Slash, so fantastic for us. Might have been clicking it to get on the Haunter, which would have been really great for him. Unfortunately, Drapion does take that Gligar away, and then getting this Aqua Tail onto the Bibarel, hoping that the shield comes up. No shield, so now we're going to go for the Crunch, and this will probably burn the shield. So he called our shield bait correctly there. Going for the Crunch, and yeah, does get that shield. We're probably not going to be able to get to another Aqua Tail. It looks like he's farming us all the way down here, but unfortunately for him, actually that was probably the only win condition. The only way he could have won is by being able to farm down that Drapion, but unfortunately for him, we hung on with that little bit of HP, and we actually had a lot of energy on that Haunter too, so if we got the CMP tie, then it would go in Haunter's favour because the attack stat is so high. Now we have Licky with that Body Slam up against the Crustle. Yeah, Crustle. I know my Pokemon, trust me. Going for the Body Slam, which I'm not sure how tanky Crustle is. This is kind of my first time playing it in Toxic Cup at least. Haven't really played it much at all in the past. Showed up a few times in Rose practice, I believe. Now we can eat that X-Scissor because Licky is just so tanky, but definitely seems to be beating us down in the kind of just how much damage it's putting out compared to how much we're putting out. We have burned one of Dr. Trotter's shields, that's definitely a good thing. And we get this Body Slam off, so we'll see if the Body Slam does go through. It does go through, does not do much. So I think Dr. Trotter might have used that first shield, not knowing like how long Licky Licky took to get to that Earthquake. He brought in Toxicroak thinking like, oh, he's like a rock dude, we can probably just like counter him down like in no time. But yeah, learn your typings, folks, because that buggy boy wanted to stay around. Now in comes the plant Wormadam, and unfortunately for the plant Wormadam, this Sludge Bomb is really going to hurt it, like really bad. We bring in the Golbat, and in comes Heracross, so actually we're basically in a fantastic situation here. We've got a Flyer up against a Grass and a Bug, but yeah. That is the main difference between, or one of the main differences between the Trash Cloak Wormadam and the Grassy. Is it Grassy Wormadam? Is it Plant Cloak Wormadam? The Grass Bug type Wormadam does really not like the Sludge Bomb from the Toxicroak, where Toxicroak can't really threaten the Trash Cloak Wormadam at all. So now we're moving on to the next opponent, Papa John 97, and we'll be getting into those battles now. I'm not using unique picks from here on out, I don't think, but I do. I'm still using a lot of unique picks in general, like Fortress. Unfortunately, I thought my Fortress had the double moves, but turns out it just has the Earthquake, so just gonna have to run with it, I suppose. But shielding up the Earth Power, because you're like, oh, we don't really want to like eat something really big. You're doing a lot of damage with just quick moves to this Flygon, getting the charge move off, and I expect the shield to come up, and it does. So we've burnt one shield apiece. And then we're thinking like, oh, we can probably shield here and feint down with just quick moves, hopefully. Can we? But unfortunately not. I guess he was storing up a fair bit of energy on that Flygon. So I kind of just didn't know my Flygon counts and was like, oh, well, if it took him that long to get 2 Earth Powers off, it'll take him that amount of time to get another one, but yeah, no. So we've lost shield advantage, we've lost switch advantage, we are not in a great situation here just because we didn't really know our matchups yet. Now, Golbat up against the Trash Cloak Wormadam. I'm kind of need to get this out of my head. I was kind of like, it's a Confusion user, it's got that Psychic-ish typing, so go for the Shadow Ball, and it would nuke it, but no, Shadow Ball does not nuke it. It does definitely do a lot of damage, but it's just so tanky. Now we get the Poison Fang off. We kind of just threw that to give us a bit of delay. So we saw that whatever was coming in on the switch was doing a lot of damage to us. So we're like, alright, just hit the Poison Fang. Give us some time to think about whether we want to switch or not, because blind switches can always be scary. Now we switched to Toxicroak, and we were like, okay, the only way we can win this is probably just like farming down and then throwing charge moves onto the next Pokemon, but we got so low, we just went, hey, we have to throw the charge move now. And lucky enough that Papa John didn't shield, so we were able to get another Mud Bomb onto the Pokemon in the back. Ended up burning that last shield, and then Papa John burning the energy to try and get rid of this Toxicroak, which is great for us because it, well, he was trying to win the CMP tie, like take down Toxicroak before I could get a charge move off onto it. And once this lag goes through, that Psybeam will come through, and then in comes back Golbat. Unfortunately, even though we had that flying typing, just not enough health in the tank to be able to take down the Wormadam. So yeah, just how these things go. Now going into the next battle up against Papa John, we've got the 5-Fang Hippowdon. If you saw my last Toxic Cup video, I used the wrong Hippowdon, but now I've got the right one, double moved, 5-Fang, all good. Going straight for the Body Slam onto that Drapion. It does do an okay amount of damage. This isn't really one of the matchups that Drapion wants to be in, and if an Aqua Tail goes through, it'll just destroy. Like, we would die so quickly. But we're kind of hoping that we were able to feint down with just 5-Fangs. Again, no such luck, and we end up shielding, thinking that we could be able to farm down, throw a bunch of energy on the next Pokemon, and we go down. So this is just going very poorly. We've used both shields, and we've given him switch advantage. We're gonna lose unless we can like get super lucky here. And also on Skuntank we have Sludge Bomb and Flamethrower, which are the two higher energy costing moves compared to like Crunch, which you could have. So we burn one shield with the first charge move, through comes the Earth Power and it destroys Skuntank. In comes Shiftry from the back. We were hoping that Shiftry could do some good work, but yeah, in this spot he's just not in a great spot. Eat a Dragon Claw, and then another presumably Dragon Claw is going to be coming through, and we're basically done for. We have clicked on the charge move, but it's just gonna, oh no we didn't, but in comes Golbat, finishes us off anyway. Yeah, just GG's, very hard GG's. Now Wigglytuff up against Gliscor, sorry, definitely a good matchup for us. We've seen this just, well, nowish, like this month from the Rose Cup. So yeah, already into the yellow before throwing a charge move, so I'm like, That's probably, yeah, it's a bait. It's just a Night Slash, so gonna be getting up to that Earthquake pretty quick soon after though, so I think we're gonna shield this up. Yeah, shield it up, and it was the Earthquake, so we called it correctly there, which is definitely what we needed. Able to charm down the Goliath score at the cost of 1 shield. Got a whole bunch of energy, so we're gonna go throw this Ice Beam at the Golbat. Just basically guarantees a shield, and then we'll switch out into the Venomoth here, hoping to eat a Poison Fang, just burn up that Golbat's energy a bit. Do eat that Poison Fang, and this isn't really a pick that I recommend, although Papa John ends up switching into Toxicroak, which Venomoth is going to do very well against. Luckily he did have those 2 poison types, so Golbat and Toxicroak both have that poison typing, so Confusion does do quite nicely. End up throwing the Silver Wind at the Golbat, just using up that energy while we have it. We might get the boost also. It does go through, not very effective, but just confusioning away and doing so much damage to that Golbat. Really just, we got lucky with the placement of the Venomoth. We do have that return Venomoth, because it was originally a good move to have in PvP, then they raised the energy cost of it, but you know, you do what you do. We bring in the Venusaur to eat up the energy from the Golbat, eat that Poison Fang, because we were kind of like, okay, well, we kind of want to have Wigglytuff in the back, hoping that we can just like do 1 charm and take out the Golbat. So Papa John throwing another Shadow Ball here, taking out that Venusaur once and for all, and then in comes the Wigglytuff, taking out the Golbat in just 1 or 2 charms. And I think we actually have bonus battle, maybe? I might have put 4 battles in this video. Yeah, we have the triple Rhinos, the Rhydon, Rhyhorn, and Rhyperior. Not all double moved, but hey, in the spirit of the com day just passed. But unfortunately, this is not what we wanted to see at all on this team. So Rhydon versus Toxicroak, we're like, hey, we're doing heaps of damage with Mud Slap, and then we charged up to a Surf on the Rhydon. So Toxicroak almost dead. Bring in the Rhyhorn to eat up the energy, and he ends up throwing the Sludge Bomb, which Mud Bomb definitely would have been the right move, unless it was like a blind click on the switch in, like if we were switching in a Confusion user or something. But we take that Mud Bomb down, goes Rhyhorn, which is probably the expendable pick of the 3, and then throw this Surf onto the Golbat from the Rhyhorn. Stone Edge would obviously be superior, but yeah, unfortunately doesn't burn a shield there. And Mud Slap, not doing much to the Golbat. And then our last pick is that Rhyperior. Not with Rock Wrecker actually, just with an Earthquake. I think we need to power up the Rock Wrecker Great League shiny pick, but shielding up the Shadow Ball, which is great for us, and we have Smackdown, so taking out the Golbat, and then it's a Flyer in the back. So we're like, no way is this triple Rhino team gonna win. No way can it win. So we let the Night Slash come through, thinking this is not an Earthquake, but he gets the attack buff, which is like, oh, I thought we had this. So shielding up, probably another Night Slash, and it is. And he gets another attack buff. That is just unreal. You can see how low we got that Goliath score. If we just, oh man. If there were no attack debuffs, we might have won that game with triple Rhino. But thanks for the battles, Dr. Trotter and Papa John. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, especially that subscribe one, and I will see you right after this Patreon. Thank you to my patrons, Militime9458, brajSF, NegativeBen10 and NotRandyN3wman for supporting the channel. Really appreciate you guys, and yeah, so thanks for that. And yeah, guess it's Master League Go Battle League time. See ya.